Yes, we were marking. I talked to David.
I think there is a paradox looking at the history of museums and what they were about in the beginning, preserving history. Museums essentially being about, collecting objects from reality, preserving them in a container somewhat outside of reality. And then the fact that museums today, in my view at least, should be a part of the world, a part of the times in which we live, even if they have historical collections, they still need to emphasize the fact that you are looking at them from where we are today. The very basic belief that is behind my work is that objecthood or objects as such doesn't have a place in the world if there's not an individual person making some use of that object. This even goes for gold and diamonds. And even within art, it's even more mystifying, it's more mystical, it's even more alienating. The objecthood is money in the bank, regardless whether people looks at it or uses it or has it around them or not. If the object becomes prescriptive of the individual, of the subject, then we don't integrate time as time passes along. So here I am with a museum exhibition, and I want a title that actually takes the museum out of its own stigma of being timeless somehow and adds time to it as a dimension which is productive for the quality of the work. So it's not again about the museum but about the spectator. So there's something quite generous here in my view. Let's suggest, at least for this exhibition, that the museum gives the time back to the spectator, back to the people, to the user of the museum. So I think the principal question about taking your time is really also about generosity.